Who remembers the birds and the bees? Remember that conversation you had to have with your parents about the birds and the bees? I don't even know why they called it the birds and the bees because it has nothing to do with birds, nor does it have anything to do with bees. That conversation about sex, you remember that growing up? And your parents would sit you down and try to talk to you about sex, and sometimes it's more uncomfortable for them than it is for you. I know it was for me. I was sitting there, they're like, my parents were like, hey, what do you know about sex? And I'm telling them all the stuff that we used to talk about at the lunch table. That's what it was. What is sex? Yes, when two people lay down and they make a baby, you have an elementary understanding, but then at the lunch table, they're a little more vulgar. They're a little more loose with the words. And it's amazing how our children are growing up so fast. They're growing up so fast because the kids at school, and I'm talking about if they're in second or third grade nowadays, they're teaching them how they should govern their lives. That's why it's so important. Parents, people who are parent figures, brothers, sisters, older cousins, whoever you are, if you have a child that's in your life, it's so important for you to be able to impart so much knowledge, so much truth into their lives, because if they're relying on the table, the lunch table of the children that are around them, we're setting ourselves up for failure. If we are not training up a child in the way that they should go, so that way when they get older, they won't depart from it. Now, it doesn't mean that the kid's gonna grow up and live a perfect life. They may stumble a bit, they may be influenced to go to the left or to the right, but in those moments when they go to the left or to the right, the conviction, your responsibility as someone that is older than them, somebody who is a parental figure to them, they're able to reference back and say, I could hear my uncle, I could hear my aunt, I can hear my mother, I can hear my father, I can hear my older brother, I can hear my older sister. I can hear what they're saying. They told me that this is wrong, or this is the way that I should go. They shouldn't have to rely on teachers or the kids at their school to show them the way that they should go. It's our responsibility. It's on us. We are the generation that's before them. We've made all the mistakes. We've made all the shortcuts, or what we thought were shortcuts. And it didn't fare well for us. And in those moments, we are able to give them the way that they should go. Hey, I went left and it took me a long time. Hey, I was out here having sex with all these women. But let me tell you something. You don't have to be like Uncle Joe, or you don't have to be like whatever. If one day when Courtney and I have children, I want to be able to, and after we're married, of course, I want to be able to tell them, sowing your wild oats isn't cool. It isn't God's way. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And we will serve him by our actions, by our speech, by the way that we handle things, by the way we react to things. It comes down to, what are we doing with our youth? Are we inspiring our youth to be the best that they can be? Are we telling them and instilling in them the identity that Christ has for them? It's on us, y'all. It's not on anyone else. We can't point fingers at anyone else. If we're relying on other people to raise our children, then we can expect what we're getting. But we're not getting what we should be getting. We should be raising our children in all ways and training them up in the way that they should go. Because if somebody else is telling them the way to go, that's why they're going left when they could be going right. Train up our children. Let's take that responsibility seriously. And if we're already taking it seriously, perfect. Let's keep taking it seriously and inspire other people to take it seriously. It's never too late to start, even if you're not taking it seriously, even if you're not active in a child's life. It's never too late. Don't give up. Let's go.